So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We're back again. We're going to talk about Edu. Now, speaking to Arsene Wenger about having him closer to the club. Bring back Wenger. Big Papa Vengs back at the carpets. We're going to have Wenger ball back at the carpet. Jesus wept. What is going on here? Like, honestly, before I get into that, big up to everyone who watched the show earlier on with me and Rants. That show always bangs. Thank you very much to everyone. That show was lit, man. And we do have Man United on Thursday, so the show on Friday on his Twitch channel is going to be lit as well. I'm also on Henry Wright TV. As I record this, I'll be going on that in about an hour and 20 minutes. So make sure you go and check that out. We're going to be talking about Arsenal's win, Tottenham's cancellation of their game because of the snow. Also, Dusan Vlahovic linked to Tottenham heavily now. And yeah, we're going to talk about all things Arsenal and Tottenham. So make sure if you have missed that show, go and check that show out as well. Check out all the fan cams from the weekend as well. Big up to everyone who has. And let's talk about Edu. Edu Gaspar. Edu Gaspar. Jesus Christ. This guy is now trying to get Arsene Wenger back at the football club. And I just find it hilarious. Like, honestly, like, it's mad. I just find it's 2 years ago today that Arsenal sacked Unai Emery. And let me ask you guys the question, whether you're an Arsenal fan or not, leave it in the comments section. Have Arsenal actually progressed under Mikel Arteta since we've sacked this manager, Unai Emery? Because at the weekend, not a single Unai Emery player started the game. We had 4 Unai Emery signings on the bench, of which Martinelli was one of them. Pepe was another. Tierney was another one, and the fourth one was, can't remember, but there was another one. But not a single Unai Emery player started the game. Since the beginning of last season, Arteta's first full season, to now, we've played 51 league games, and we have lost 17 of them, which is kind of worrying. We've only won 24 of them at 51 games, so not even half. And we don't score. We've still got a minus goal difference. And people keep saying he's fixed the defence. He's fixed the defence, I hear you all cry. You might have fixed the defence in terms of we don't look so wide open without the ball anymore on counter-attacks, etc., etc. But that's been to the detriment at the start, to the attacking of the team. You know, we don't score any goals. Aubameyang's fallen off a cliff. Nicola Pepe don't get any games. Martinelli's been benched, scores within 2 minutes of being on the pitch. Kieran Tierney has gone backwards. Partey's gone backwards. He was shocking at the weekend. You know, has he actually improved any player, this manager? It's kind of worrying that we're now sitting here nearly 2 years into his tenure, and we're still kind of around the same as we was when we sacked Unai Emery, which was 8th. We was 8th in the table. I think we were 7 or 8 points off a top 4. For me, top 4 is irrelevant unless you win the title. And we don't seem to have improved. Jesse's won an FA Cup. Well done. We all enjoy an FA Cup victory. Of course we do. But at the same time, I want to see performances on the pitch in the league as well. And it's like, you know, when we go and play these bigger teams, we always seem to have our pants pulled down. Whereas I look at other teams and they always give a fight. They have a go. West Ham. I know they lost at the weekend to Man City, 2-1. But they were in the game all the way up until stoppage time. And then Man City scored the second. And then obviously West Ham got one right at the death. Brighton do all right, you know, against these bigger teams. They always do all right against us. They always do all right against Liverpool. They've done all right against City, you know. And I just think, like, why can't we do this? You know, Brighton booed their team off the pitch at the weekend against Leeds. I mean, come on. Where do Brighton actually expect to be in the league? Graham Potter's doing bits with that team. But at the same time, like, to be sitting here nearly 2 years into this geezer's reign and the talk of Wenger coming back to the football club. I mean, first and foremost, the guy's 72 years old, right? And regardless of whether you think he's a legend of the club, whether you think he's finished the football club off like I do, is a massive reason why this club's in the mud. He's not the sole reason, but he is a big part of that. Irrelevant of all of that, what is he actually going to do when he comes back? Like, is he going to be involved in team affairs? Is he going to be involved in a hierarchy position? Like, how many more people in higher jobs in this club do we need? We've already got Richard Garlick, who apparently sorts contracts out. Yeah, we've got 5 players out of contract in the summer. We've already got Edu. I mean, what do you do? Like, genuinely, what does he do? Apart from flipping burgers and jet skis and smoking cigars, what do you actually do? Then we've got Vinay. What do you do? You know, this guy, I don't get it. Then we've got Josh, who I believe is the owner of the football club. I don't think it's his dad, despite whether it's in his dad's name or not. I do think it's Josh that is the owner of the club. And then we've got Mikel Arteta. The only one, they're all pretty much about the same age as well. The only one that's not is Richard Garlick, who's a bit older. But what is Wenger actually going to do when he comes back? I don't get it. Like, we're supposed to be moving away from all of this Wenger era. You know, this is what we've heard for 2 years. Oh, we need to get the Wenger players out. We need to get the Wenger players out. So, yeah, we get all the Wenger players out and then bring Wenger back. It just makes no sense to me. Like, you look at Man United, they've just gone and employed somebody who's like world-renowned elite for making top coaches. How many top coaches has Arsene Wenger produced? How many? People are saying Vieira. Is he top class? Not at the moment, he ain't. He's doing all right, but he ain't at the moment. Mikel Arteta, no. You know, and you'd think like there'd be a big production line. At least with Ralph Rangnick, there's been Tuchel, there's been Klopp, Hasenhüttl. Like, there's loads. You know, it's actually mad when you think about it. And Man United have actually grown a set and said, right, it's not worked. We've gone down the sentimental route. It's not working. Now let's rip that up and let's actually go and act like a proper football club. But our lot are sitting here going, right, what we'll do is it'll be jobs for the boys. And we'll get Big Papa Vengs back. Big Daddy Vengs, he can come back. Like, me personally, I think the only reason they want him back at the football club is because they can't form an attack. Like, they genuinely can't, they can't string a formation together to get us on the front foot. Obviously, Wenger did. He could. We did used to play good football under Wenger, even if we were getting slapped. It was still half decent to watch at times. And I just think that's the only reason we want him back, if I'm honest. You know, there's no other reason to bring this geezer back to the football club other than the fact that you're struggling. And the fact that Arteta has come out and said that he wants Wenger back and he wants him close roll next to him would tell me, and that said to me, and that screamed out of the screen that, yeah, I'm out of my depth here, mate. So, yeah, maybe get Wenger back. Get Wenger back in. It's absolutely baffling. The club's finished, man. It really is. And us as fans really need to wake up and start getting our club back, because this is only going to get worse before it gets better. And when people realize that this Project Youth is a load of crap, you know, only one youth project has ever worked in this country, and that was the class of 92 at Man United. And that was nearly 30 years ago. We're literally a month away from it being 30 years ago. So I don't really understand why people think this youth project's going to bang. Furthermore, if any of these youth players do come through and start actually producing on a regular basis, goals, assists, great performances, etc., not just a handful here and there, if they do it consistently, then surely bigger clubs are going to come in and try and nick them players, right? So youth projects in tatters again. It just makes no sense. Nothing about this football club makes any sense to me. But I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Do you want Wenger back? Leave that in the comment section. I'm sure all the non-Arsenal fans will. Do you think the reason they want him back is to help with the attack, or is it something else? Maybe I've overlooked something here. You can help me. I don't know. And let me know if there's any players that this manager's improved since Unai Emery's been sacked, because I can't see any. If anything, most of them have regressed, including Saka. I know a lot of you cry when I moan about Saka. Oh, you're picking on a 20-year-old. Get over yourselves, man. He's been shit for about 9 months. Like, and that's because he's being overplayed. He's in a system that doesn't have an overlapping fullback, the same as Pepe. And like I said, if Pepe dropped some of the performances Saka's dropped in the last 9 months, everyone would be lining up to get him deported immediately. So let's have a look at this logically, innit? This is the 3rd biggest club in the country, and we're acting like Barnet. So let me know your thoughts and comments on all of that. I'll be back again tomorrow. Got the show with the Chelsea boys, with Goonie, Man Knows Football, also with Eunice. Eunice Talks Football, and also with Northside. Northside's a madman, I swear. So yeah, Northside's going to be sitting there with me on the Arsenal fence, and we're going to be talking to the Chelsea boys. Obviously, they got a draw with Man United, and we're going to go through that at 2:00 tomorrow afternoon on here. Straight after that, I'm straight on Terry's channel, The Football Terrace. So keep your eyes peeled for all of that tomorrow. Plenty of content to come. Loads through the week as well. Wednesday, I'm on with Tyrone, Man United fan, and I think Statman's on that show as well. So yeah, I think that's on Never a Foul channel. So make sure you come and check that out. I'll keep you posted on that. And then obviously previews. And then Thursday, the regular match day setup. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all of that. We're out of here, people. Arteta out, Edu out, Wenger out. Laters.